Welcome to another video of Fratello Watches. I am Robert-Jan Broer, founder and editor of Fratello Watches, and today I will be talking about the new Speedmaster Caliber 321 Add White in stainless steel. We are one of the first to have one. It's my own version actually. I bought it last week and I will show you some details about this watch. Thank you.
Here it is, the Speedmaster Caliber 321 Add White. Or better said, my new Speedmaster Caliber 321. This watch has reference 311 30 40 30 01 001. But you can forget about that, and as there is only one steel Caliber 321. That makes the conversation a lot easier. We can also call it the new Add White, for example. The astronaut who wore the 105003 in space during the Gemini 4 mission in '65, where he did the first spacewalk. He actually wore two of these watches, each showing a different time zone. This new Caliber 321 was announced already last year at one of the first Speedy Tuesday events in 2019. And the first movements have been put into the Platinum Speedmaster 321 that we showed to you on FratelloWatches.com. However, I am very excited to tell you about this new steel Caliber 321. I bought it last week on a Tuesday in the Omega boutique in Biel, and it is one of the very first deliveries. I'm very lucky to have received it so quickly. The watch is not a limited or numbered edition, but the production will be very low. Between 1,000 and 2,000 movements are made per year and divided between the platinum and the steel model. For this year, I don't expect a huge delivery of these stainless steel watches yet. Every steel Caliber 321 watch and movement is assembled and adjusted by just one single watchmaker in Omega's production facility in Biel. Very different from the industrialized production process on their other watches. The watch refers to the Speedmaster reference 105003 from the 1960s. This was the watch that was tried and tested by NASA and received the qualification to be used in space. Omega, however, also had the 105012 and 145012 references ready, and they shipped those to NASA. The main difference being the case with crown guards, basically. The 105003 was still used by NASA during the Apollo missions though, and the last man on the moon, Gene Cernan, during Apollo 17 in 1972 wore a 105003. And that specific watch is at Omega in Biel and was used for their tomography process to scan the movement. So the movement in this new steel Caliber 321 is based on the movement in Gene Cernan's watch that was worn on the moon. It is the second generation Caliber 321, but I will come back to that later on. You can also read all about this stuff on FratelloWatches.com in the Speedy Tuesday section. Let's have a closer look at the watch. The new Speedmaster Caliber 321 is a modern watch in many ways, using a sapphire crystal and a ceramic bezel, with white enamel tachymeter scale. The case back shows the movement through a sapphire crystal as well. It is the movement that makes it somewhat old-fashioned. It's a slow-ticking chronograph movement at 18,000 beats per hour with a column wheel mechanism. The original Caliber 321 was used from 1946 till 1968, and Omega started to use it in 1957 in the Speedmaster CK2915, the very first Speedmaster model. In 1968 this movement was discontinued and the Caliber 861 took over. Both movements are Lemania based. The Caliber 321 movement is a copy of the original one, as I said, including the asymmetrical clutch bridge in German silver, which is typical for the second generation of this Caliber 321 movement. The German silver has this green UE, so it's easy to detect. Where the original Caliber 321 has a copper-plated finish, this new Caliber 321 uses a Centnar Gold PVD finish. Centnar Gold is Omega's own rose gold version. This Centnar Gold gives it the more or less same red or pink finish as the original one had with a copper-plated finish. The movement is a joy to look at and the finishing is amazing. This movement has also been used by brands like Patek Philippe and Roger Dubuis with hand-finished components. But at some point, the rights of this Lemania movements were at Breguet. because Breguet took over Lemania in 1992. And in 1999, Swatch Group acquired Breguet, including Lemania. I remember being in Biel many years ago and I asked the then CEO, Mr. Oekewart, about Caliber 321 and if it would ever make a comeback in the Speedmaster. But his answer was always, Caliber 321 is with Breguet, I can't do anything. Many Speedmaster enthusiasts and collectors, like myself, had dreams about the day that the Speedmaster would be fitted with Caliber 321 again. And that day is today. Let's have a look at the rest of this watch, because there's more to it than just the movement. The case is the famous straight lock case that Omega used for the first generations of Speedmasters. The CK2915, the CK2998 and the 105003. And let's not forget about the in-between model, the transitional 105002. The case diameter is 39.7 millimeters and therefore a bit smaller than the later asymmetrical models that measure 42 millimeter in diameter. The sapphire crystal is box-shaped and has the Omega logo engraved in the center, similar to the stamped logo in the Hesselite or Plexi crystals. The dial is beautifully done, with the step on there as well as the applied logo. The white baton hands and hour markers have superluminova applied in a yellowish tone, but certainly not even yellow enough to be called full patina. It is more creamy or ivory perhaps, but certainly not as strong as the lume used on the Speedmaster 57 60th anniversary edition from 2017. The chronograph hands has the teardrop short end. The subdials have the circular grain, but very fine. I can only see this motif myself with a loupe or using a macro lens, but that could also be because of my sight. It doesn't get any better after 40. As said, the bezel is ceramic and uses white enamel for the tachymeter scale. There, you will also see the dot over 90, or dawn. That is historically correct, of course. Normally, with Speedmaster moon watches that have a sapphire crystal, you will see this milky white ring on the dial at the end. Something that Hesselite models do not have. This Speedmaster Caliber 321 has a sapphire crystal, but does not have the milky hue, most probably because of the thinner rehaut or the color of the rehaut. And the rehaut is the ring between the crystal and the dial. Then, there are two pushers and a crown, of course, all with the same dimensions as the original 105003. The winding is smooth as butter, much smoother than on any of my Speedmasters that use the Caliber 861, 1861 or even the 3861 like in the gold Apollo 11 model from last year and the steel model from last year. And here's the bracelet. What a piece of work. It looks very similar to the bracelet on the Apollo 11 50th anniversary in steel that Omega released last year. But since I don't have that one, I can't compare them side by side. The clasp looks identical, with two positions to adjust. You can adjust it 1/3 of a link, 2/3, or just remove or add a link. It's very nicely done. The end pieces are 19mm and fit perfectly and align with the end of the lugs. And the bracelet is just super comfortable. If we turn the watch around again to have a look at the movement, you will see that the case also has the famous bevel. And it just says Speedmaster, no more and no less. No pointless information on specifications or whatever, just Speedmaster. On the inside of the lugs, we find the serial number, the Omega Globe logo, which has something to do with legal stuff regarding distribution, but not with counterfeiting, as some people think. And then there's stainless steel engraved, just so you know it is made of that. The box of this watch is not in the video, as I am awaiting it to arrive by mail. But it's basically the large Moonwatch box with all the goodies that come with it. Some people might be a bit bummed by this, but I don't have a standard Moonwatch from 2014 or later, the year that this large box was introduced. So I don't have one yet, so I'm very happy with it. The retail price of this watch is €13,300. And that has been a topic of discussion on social media, in the comments on our website, and in forums. It is a lot of money, but given the fact that Omega created a new Caliber 321, has a special workshop where one watchmaker is responsible for the assembly of one complete watch, makes it somewhat difficult to compare with the €4,700 Moonwatch that is produced according to Omega's industrialized manufacturing process. People that are not bothered by that and just want to have the Moonwatch should go for that one. Others are perhaps a bit bummed out because of the steep retail price that makes it unobtainable, but so be it. Although I can understand the retail price of €13,300, especially compared to other watches from other brands with similar manufacturing steps, it is a lot of money. But hey, I love the Speedmaster, and having a new Speedy with Caliber 321 has been a dream, as I said before. The Speedmaster Caliber 321 is being delivered to boutiques as we speak, but don't rush off to them yet. If you are on the list, you will receive a call or an email. I have no idea if this is going to be next week, this week, or perhaps in months from now. But you will get the call eventually. And as said, it's not a limited edition, it just takes time to produce in the small workshop in Biel.
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram and visit our website fortellowatches.com. Till next time.